Well, hello everybody! Welcome back to G Bears Off Grid Ways, a homestead in the desert. And I've been busy today. And that's because the forecast for rain now is for most of next week. So it's changing by the day. Of course, the day before it's supposed to hit, they'll change it all and say, we're not going to get any. That's just normal, right? Anyway, because of that, I have one dog that's lives across the street off the property, and he doesn't come on the property because Doggy Daddy won't let him. So I got to get him a shelter because he's living in a hole he dug underneath the bush. And like I said, I think that's the puppy that I gave to those people, and they didn't take care of him, and now he's off on his own. And this group won't take him back into the pack. So Doggy Daddy said no, and the poor guy runs every time he sees Doggy Daddy coming. So I have to build him a shelter. So that's what I was doing today. And this is what I came up with, because I had to work with what I had laying around, not what I wish I had. So I found that piece of OSB out in the desert, and it wasn't the best piece of OSB that could be around, but it did the job. You can see it's got a little bit of water damage to it. It's got some cracks and bends and stuff here and there, but it worked. So right now the roof is not fastened on. I'm thinking what I'm going to do is set this roof up so that it actually just drops into place with some blocks in the four corners to hold it down. And then I'm going to cover the roof with some 80-pound composition roofing roll, and it's only got a 1-inch pitch going off of it, so the water's not going to be flooding down and splashing in the back and splashing up on the unit. It'll be pretty good. I might even end up putting a small piece of gutter pipe on the back here and let the water drain into that, and then put the water bowl, the dog's water bowl, right at the bottom of that so that the rain fills the water bowl. Not a bad idea, huh? So anyway, I can lift this up so I can show you the inside. This is what I did. I had some more of that white board that I used the other day, and all this stuff is all stuff that I had laying around. So it worked, and I got a little piece of carpet on the inside there, and then on the front for the door, this piece of carpet was just about the right size, so it makes 2 flaps just to break the wind from going in, and if the rains change and sheet a little bit, it'll hit that and run off rather than go inside. So I did see, when I went to town this morning, I did see somebody dumped another batch of carpeting and carpet pad down on the road towards the store. So I'm going to pull into that on my next trip down there and see if there's a piece big enough to go the whole inside of this thing to make it nice and comfortable and warm, because the winter's coming, of course, and it's going to need it. So that was my chore today, and I think it came out pretty good for a bunch of scrap I had laying around. Not bad at all. I had one whole sheet of OSB, and this 3/4 was the piece that I had standing up against the wall right there for the last 6 or 8 months or so. So that got out of there, and now I can get in and clean up this metal and make a nice rack for all the metal to go into, and then kind of sort it out into different categories like square tube in one and flat stock in another, things like that. So it makes it easy for me to find. And I got a 4x4 piece still laying on the ground over there because I cut off two pieces, well actually one piece because I already had one, to raise this up off the ground. So if the water, the flood waters come through, it's not likely it's going to end up getting inside of the doghouse. Are you checking out that doghouse? Yeah, you're checking that doghouse out. That's for Flash. You guys all have doghouses here. That one's for Flash. All right, so I'm going to end up closing the van up and close the shop up here. I just fed the chickens and the dogs, and everybody's taken care of. Brought Flash his food. That's why the trike is out. I pedal down on that and pedal back on that. And makes things easy. Thank you, Sharon, for gifting that to me. Came in handy. I'm still thinking I may put a electric motor and a LiFePO4 battery in the basket in the back, and set it up so that I can flip on a switch or whatever, or a lever to engage an electric motor that will drive me. So if I get tired when I'm out and about, or as I get older, I think it's like every day I'm getting older. Yeah, that's pretty close. Every day. Every minute. So anyway, that's that. I'm going to shut this one off, go inside and get myself a nice bottle of ice water. And tonight I'm making bistec ranchero. That's with tomatoes, jalapenos, onions, and some strip steak that was on sale. And I'm going to cut that up in tiny strips and put it all together in a pan with some oil and cook it up, and then throw some cilantro on it for the last minute or so, and eat that with some flour tortillas. That's my plan, and I'm sticking to it. I might even, here in the next couple of weeks, I might get some of these poles. I did find a bag of Portland cement, and I've got plenty of rocks to rake up around here, so I can make myself some footings and get all the posts I need in for my front patio or porch. And then once I get that in place, I'll move the doghouse that's right beside the front door out of there, so that I can enclose the front porch or patio and have a place to sit down if my neighbors come over and visit, so the dogs aren't bothering us. Of course, they usually settle down after a while, so it works out. Oh, flashing lights. All right, everybody. That's all I have. No Sky Riders. They got their job done the other day, so I guess that was enough. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget your thumbs ups. Don't forget to share and subscribe. And this is G Bear signing off.